Okay, so welcome to our very last session for this year, our very last group session for this year. I'm so very excited for what's going to be happening next year because we've got a lot of innovation, a lot of new content, a lot of changed content, a lot more international coaches again, or international spa leaders that are going to address us again every month, sharing their best practices. So yeah, I'm excited, but I'm not going to tell you now because that's all for January's meeting to let you know what's going to be happening there. So today's session is very much interactive. I do not have a presentation because today we are going to be doing a physical activity together. Okay, so everybody, you need to either have your computer or a piece of paper, but preferably a laptop. And you need to be able to access your chat box so that you can chat in there and fill in what needs to be filled in and comment. And it really, in order for this to work, it does need to be a little bit of an interactive session. Okay, so it will work, but it will motivate and give everybody more ideas the more we interact in the chat box. Okay, so today's session that is brought to you by Spa Professionals Guild is all about reflection and goal setting, okay, which is a really, really important process. But we're going to start off first by just quickly chatting about the importance of reflection. So reflection is vital, both on a personal level as well as in business, because it helps you to develop your skills further. It also helps you to review the effectiveness of your skills. And also, it helps you to change course and change direction. Because I'm sure you've all heard that saying that if you want different results, you need to take different actions. You can't keep doing what you've been doing the same way and expect the results to be different. Okay. So really, reflection is about questioning in a very positive way. You're questioning, what am I doing? Why am I doing it? And then looking and saying, okay, is there a better and more efficient way that I can do what I've been doing going forward in the future? So that's quite interesting, and how important it is to reflect. So first question for you to answer in the chat box: how many of you have sat down and taken 5 or 10 minutes to reflect on 2022? Have you managed to do that yet? Come, I need some chatting. Okay, so Bridget is saying not yet, but it is scheduled. Well, you might not need to do that, Bridget, because we're going to do that today, actually. Has anybody done a reflection little session with themselves? Okay, Surieta saying certain aspects. Okay, anybody else? Come everyone, give me some feedback, please. Has anybody done a reflection on their year yet? Oh, I don't have many chatty individuals here today. Okay, there's some more that have logged in. Welcome to all of those who have logged in. Okay, so I just want to get everybody's mindset ready on today's session. There is no presentation, and it is a very interactive session. Okay, so I do please need you to give me some feedback in order for the process that I'm going to take you through to work. Okay, so we started off by doing a little brief description about reflection and why reflection is so important. And then I asked the question if all of you have done a reflection session yet for the year. So let me know. Nungo says no, Michaela says no, brilliant. Bridget said not yet, okay, and Sarita said certain aspects. Anybody done a reflection session for the year? Anna says no. Okay, let's look at some more. Let me just remind everybody to log on because I see a lot of missing people that said they were joining. Oh, here's Miranda. There we go. Lorato said not yet. Deline said no. Anna said the year is still going. The right time to reflect is now, before the year is over and before Christmas sets on you, actually. So beginning of December is always a very good time to sit and do a reflection session, okay? Just telling them all to log on. Okay, so that's Lena. Hello, Lena. And Lena says she has done it. Okay, brilliant. Good. Okay, so everybody, either on your piece of paper or wherever you want to, the best is if you take a piece of paper and a pen. And what I'd like you to do, and then I'd like you to share it as well in the chat box, is I want you to write down 5 areas. 5 areas. So we're starting simply with 5 areas that you are going to reflect on where you excelled. In other words, where you even frightened yourself and said, wow, I can't believe I'm capable of that. Okay, everyone ready? So take out your pen and your paper. Lena, if you have reflected, then perhaps you can start with sharing. So let's hear 5 areas, and you don't have to write all 5 at once, but I'd like you to focus on and write down. So I'm going to give you a few minutes, 5 areas where you have excelled in this year and even perhaps shocked yourself really and said, wow. Okay, so I'm going to give you a few minutes to write that down. Just getting my book. There we go. Okay, then when you're ready, you can write down even if you want to share one. I think the value of today's session, remember there's a lot of power in sharing. So there's power in reflection, but there's even more power in sharing. Why? When you share, you make it public and it becomes more solid. It becomes a reality, really. And also, we are here as a community to encourage and cheerlead each other on these reflections that we are going to be doing. Okay. Okay. So Anna's first excelling reflection is understanding herself, how she is wired. Okay, that's brilliant. Good. Okay, as you come up with your reflection ideas or your reflection moments, type them in the chat box and then you can move on to think of another one. Okay. So Bridget says gift vouchers have excelled. Okay, that's fantastic. Brilliant. Okay, Lorato has excelled with teamwork, with retaining clients, exposure to our target market, collaborations with other brands, and in her ability to identify her weaknesses. Okay, that's excellent. Great. Lena says, merging leisure reservations and spa bookings and creating one great guest experience. Okay, that's very nice, Lena. Good. I think you've got other reflections, other areas where you excelled this year, Lena, if you think about it. You have a spa opening that you did in the year. That for me is absolutely excellent. It's an area that you achieved greatness this year. Okay, so Deline says, being able to hand over some of my duties to a new assistant and being able to teach her. With hubby leaving to work somewhere else, me actually being able to cope with the kids on my own and haven't pulled all my hair out yet. Okay, so that's interesting. Deline's reflections. Bridget says teamwork. Okay, that's excellent. Good. You can also do a reflection on yourself as an individual, by the way, because that's also part of all of this. Okay, so Danae and Surieta say staff growth and team building. Staff targets achieved. That's amazing. Well done. And handing over admin duties to an assistant. Brilliant. Okay. Are there any more? Okay, Bridget's got some. Targets have improved and they are firmly in place. Okay, that's brilliant. Very, very good. I take it the rest of you are writing essays or you're still thinking, which is fine. Take your time and make sure that you really come up with a solid list of reflections. Okay. So remember again, I'm just going to go over it one more time with you, is why we need to reflect, because the reflections help you to develop your skills and they look at the effectiveness of those skills. They also help you to change course and do things differently without continuing to do things in the same way and expecting results. And also, it allows you to look at things and say, well, is there a better way of doing things? So it's a very positive experience to carry out a reflection moment, if you want to call it. It doesn't have to be a full-on session, but just some time to reflect and to look back and understand what it is. And right now we're looking at 5 areas. So you're writing 5 areas where you have absolutely excelled this year. Oh, Bridget says in aesthetics. Okay, that's awesome. Well done. That's brilliant. So I'll share some of my reflections as well. So one of my reflections is the amount of public speaking that I've been able to do this year alone has been unbelievably incredible. In traveling to different countries and speaking to spa professionals and coaching them face to face, actually, which hasn't happened for a while. So that for me has been one of my standout reflections of this year. I've got some more to share as well. Okay, anybody else? Okay, so Miranda says her number one has been an increase in retail sales. That's incredible. Well done. That is brilliant. Okay. So for those of you who have finished your list of 5 areas that you have excelled, I want you now to go on and write 5 areas where you have not excelled. 5 areas that need absolute attention and change and pivoting, whether it's in your personal life or in your business. So for those who are done, there are 5. So please, everybody, remember the process must happen as it goes. And that's why I'm asking you to share, because the more we share, then everybody becomes a little bit more open, and it helps this to become more of a workshop style than a me presenting style, because that's really not what today is about. Today is, I want to take you through this process of reflection, and then I want you to leave today's session with some tangible goals and visions in place. And I'm going to show you what I'd like you to do when the session is finished, and then share it to our communities group. And I'll show you what it must look like. It's like a goal or a vision board for yourselves. Okay. The quicker that's in place, the quicker you start to achieve. Okay, so any more, Miranda? You've said increase in retail sales. Has there been any more for you? And would anybody else like to share any of their top 5 areas where they have excelled in this year? Okay, so I'll give you another one of mine. Is in the number of articles that I've been asked to write from various international publications. That has also for me been a wow, because it's never happened before. So it's completely a 2022 excellence for me. Being able to write articles from India to the UK to all the way to the USA. And yeah, I'm very proud of the fact that they've asked me to write those articles. So thank you, Bridget. I'm sharing my 5 with you guys. Okay. Very important is to have a look at that. And then if you are ready to start sharing your 5 areas that need attention, please, off you go, share it in the chat box. Okay. So you're going to do 5 areas where you've excelled and 5 areas that need attention. Okay, so Surieta says a building project has not taken off. Okay. So these 5 that you are going to write that need attention are absolutely critical to the next step of our session, which is our planning and our goal setting. So make sure, and there might not be 5, there might be 3 areas where you feel you haven't excelled, but those are very, very important to identify them, because that's going to set the tone for the planning that's going to happen in 2023. Okay, so Lorato says areas that need attention. She gets right to the point, boy. SOPs, okay, work ethics, interesting, hiring the right people, and retail sales. Okay, so Lorato, you've got it all written down, cast in stone. You know exactly what needs to happen, which is excellent. Okay, Bridget says improve spa facials, upgrade spa therapies, and redo SOPs. Okay, so those are the areas for Bridget that need attention, that the business or herself as an individual hasn't necessarily achieved in this year. Okay, Anna says focus. So her focus needs attention. Okay. Anything else? Delene saying communication. Oh my word. Sorry, everyone. My phone is ringing out loud here. Bridget says time management, and I'm laughing at that because I put as number one on my list, not so much time management, but I put time blocking more than time management. So that definitely needs attention on my side. So I hear you, Bridget. Time, that precious resource that we all need to really figure out and get focused on splitting it in the right way to make sure that we have a sense of accomplishment and that we get things done, right? Okay, so Surieta is saying not establish the growth with the aesthetic clinic and a delay to sign up students for the Hair Institute. Okay. Anybody else? So Karen also puts time as her not achieved or her needing attention, and amazing staff. Okay. Okay, everyone, this is really, really important. So dig deep for the areas where you feel you have not excelled. Because what we're going to do next is pretty powerful when it comes to setting yourself up to make sure that you change course or change direction or change what it is that you've been doing so that you can get different results. Okay, so Miranda says staff management. My staff need to be micromanaged, which is time consuming. Client management, need to put things in place for no-shows and last-minute cancellations. Not enough preparation for promotions and newsletters. I feel like it's last minute. Definitely time management for myself. My social media is not up to scratch. Okay, so those are pretty detailed, Miranda, and quite clear. You've got great direction there. Okay, so I think Miranda and who else? Surieta, Bridget, and Lorato are going to find it easiest to do their next section because they have got like a clear direction on where they felt that they have not achieved. Okay, Michaela says meeting deadlines, completing one project before moving on to the next one, and being decisive. Okay. Interesting. Good. Okay, I'm going to quickly work on mine. And if anybody else wants to share their achieved, Nunga, you're very quiet for somebody who's always so chatty. Share with us, please. And Karen, you too, you're also quite quiet today. And Leandra. And Thelma. Come, ladies. Okay, are you all still busy writing, or are you thinking of areas? Oh, good. Okay, no problem, Leandra. That's awesome. Well done. I'm happy to give everybody a little bit of time, holding each other accountable. No problem. I think what will be nice though, Leandra, if you want to, you and Benny both, to share that with the group. Remember, once you share, it becomes a lot more real, because now you've made it public and you've let other people see inside, and you almost hold yourself accountable because you've shared that information. Thelma, your message is to me directly. Can I read it out aloud, or is it meant to be private? Sorry, I just want to be clear. I can read it out aloud. Yes, you can. Okay, thank you. Okay, so Thelma says, is clearing out the stop and goes with my ideas and plans. So that's very interesting. So obviously, Thelma must have something up her sleeve of what she wants to do. And I'm assuming, Thelma, that you haven't made decisive decisions, you know, and you've been going backwards and forwards when it comes to your ideas and plans. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Any more from anybody? My biggest problem is procrastination, and it gets in the way of everything. Okay, so you will write number 1 of your needing attention being procrastination. If possible, okay, who's on this iPhone 37? Just let me know who you are, or did you let me know just now? Sorry, who's on the iPhone that says iPhone 37? So if possible, oh, Janelle, that's amazing. Hello. I was just talking about you this morning. Okay, so Janelle, if you can on your list put, because this is important, what are you procrastinating? So you need to elaborate a little bit more on that in order for this to be effective. So let me give you an example. Are you procrastinating going to gym, which I don't think is your problem, but that's my problem, right? Are you procrastinating ordering stock? Are you procrastinating having staff meetings? So you can do this for yourself, but it's very important to do it, is because in order for you to make a change, you need to get a very clear understanding of what is it that you are procrastinating. Okay. Yeah, I can see that the load shedding is causing havoc today, because everybody keeps dropping and coming back in and dropping and coming back in. There we go. Somebody's dropped again. Okay, any more to share? Karen, have you got anything to share with us? Janelle, do you want to be specific with the group, or do you want to keep that to yourself? You can as well. Nungo, I haven't heard anything from you. And then I don't know, Leandra, if you and Benny would like to share in terms of, what are your biggest areas of concern? Okay, so to do a recap, what we've done up until now, so that we can get it done and move to the next section, is we've done some reflection. You're going to do a list of 5 areas where you feel you have excelled, and 5 areas that need attention, or where you feel you have not excelled. Okay, you have not done amazing. So those 5 need to be completed before you go to the next step. Okay. So Karen is saying managing her time and marketing letter. Karen, what do you mean by marketing letter? Can you elaborate a little bit on that? Just so that it can be more clear. Welcome, Celeste. So lovely to have you with. Newsletter to start one. Okay, good. That's nice and specific. Great. So Celeste, just to bring you up to speed, what we've done so far, that you'll need to do in order to get the full benefit of today's little session is we did a couple of moments of reflection where you're going to write a list of 5 areas where you feel you have excelled this year and 5 areas where you feel needs work or you haven't excelled, okay, and you haven't managed to achieve what you wanted to achieve. Okay, so now everyone, once you've done those 5 and 5, I want you to now write your goals for 2023. I first want you to write them. Yeah, Celeste, we're having that problem. Everybody's having it. People keep coming and going because of the load shedding. But no problem. So maybe while we go on to the next section, Celeste, you can start writing your 5 areas where you have excelled and you can share it in the group, and your 5 areas where you felt you haven't excelled or that need improvement or correction. Okay, so your 2023 goals, I first want you to write them down in writing, and then I'm going to show you what you're going to do next that we're then going to share to the group. So that everybody is clear on this, your goals need to be very specific. So to give you an example, Karen said a marketing newsletter is one of her areas that need correction, that she hasn't achieved it, okay? A very specific goal for Karen would be write newsletter in December and ensure first newsletter goes out by January and one in March or one a quarter. So can you see how specific the goal is? If you put to start a newsletter as your goal, it's never going to happen, ever. So you need to set yourself absolute, clearly defined goals with a deadline date. And I can assure you all that there's an incredible magic that happens when you do this. And then I'm going to share some more ideas with you in a minute. So I want you all to write down your 5 or 3 or whatever it is goals, but they need to be absolutely super specific. Okay. So Nungo said she excelled in procrastination, upselling and upgrading treatments, getting new clients, and giving exceptional treatments. Nice, Nungo. Okay, and then your areas where you didn't do so great, or where you didn't excel, or you didn't achieve. Okay, so I'm going to give you 5 minutes, everyone, and then I'm going to show you some examples of what you're going to do next. I'm going to do mine as well. So you're going to put 2023 goals. Remember, they have to be super specific. Okay. Okay, I've written my goals. So Nungo said, didn't excel in completing client retention. Okay. Extensive marketing, proper planning for the months to come, like Father's Day, generating revenue and being more focused on what I want to achieve. Okay, good. That's very in detail, which is great. Okay, so Lorato is the first to share her 2023 goals. And I like this, how specific it is. Increase number of therapists to 5, nail technician and esthetician. So Lorato, you're saying 5 nail techs and 1 esthetician, or increase your number of staff in total to 5 people? I just want to make sure that you're crystal clear on what your goal is. And then Lorato, total to 5 people. Okay. Hire sales and marketing assistant in February. Good, you've got a date. So Lorato, your first one, increase the number of therapists to 5. Can you set yourself a deadline for that by end of Feb, by end of Jan? Can you set yourself a deadline there? Number 3, website for the spa beginning of March. Love it. Number 4, start management course beginning of February. Good. Okay, there's clear, absolute deadlines. Okay, so Lorato wants to increase her number of therapists. Okay, so Lorato, just to check, you're saying the beginning of Jan. In order for that to happen for you by the beginning of Jan, are you already interviewing now? So I don't want you to put this on your goal chart and then you feel let down because you haven't achieved it. So if you haven't already started interviewing, then I feel that you need to move your deadline out by a month. Okay. If you have started interviewing, then that's a good deadline to have for yourself. Interview scheduled for next week, Thursday. Okay, good. Right. Well, then those dates you can set for yourself. Okay. Good. Lorato, that is solid, eh? Good, good, good. And do you have any revenue goals for the business maybe that you can add in there, or any goals, for example, like introduce one new treatment or introduce a new machine or just something like that where you can take yourself out of the norm of what you've been doing, okay? Celeste, the 5 areas she excelled: delegation, self-care, helping therapists with reaching targets, stock control, and training front desk on upselling. Good, Celeste, that's brilliant. Okay, so Karen is still typing, no problem. So Karen says she wants to be more active on social media from February 2023. Okay, good. So Lorato says, I do introduce lashes and mud baths. Okay, so will you put that into your goals, Lorato? You want to introduce lashes, and again, give yourself a deadline by when you want to do that. So write on there, introduce lashes by April 2023. And then everybody, as you're doing this exercise, be very clear, 1, and very kind, 2, to yourself when you do this. Don't put dates in there that are going to fluster you to achieve them. Put dates in there that give you enough time, because your mindset is the most important part of this entire process, by the way. You can write whatever you want down, but if your mind isn't prepared to achieve that, then you're not going to achieve it. So that's why don't put things on there that are unreasonable, and that would be a miracle if they happened. Okay. So training scheduled for March, then April we introduce lashes. Brilliant. Okay. So there's an active plan in place. There's training that's been scheduled, and then straight after the training is the introduction. And then mud baths at the end of the year. Okay. Amazing. Good. Okay. So let's hear from some more people. Let's hear. Anybody else have any more? I don't know if there's going to be a storm here or what's going on, but my light's not good. Is that better? Yeah. Okay. Anybody else would like to share? Bridget, all written down and we'll work with the team. Okay. If you want to share any of them, Bridget, you're welcome to. And if you don't, you also don't need to. Okay, so Surieta said, start the building project 21 January. Okay, I love this. This is my kind of goal setting. She's even put a date, the 21st of January, means she's gone to the diary. She's checked what day is the 21st. Is it reasonable to start then? Okay, very good, Surieta, very good. Okay, Celeste, areas to focus on: client retention, marketing, reaching targets, sales training for front desk, and new business collaborations. Okay, so now, Celeste, after you've done those 5 and 5, now you're going to do your 5, 10, it doesn't matter how many, top goals that you're setting for yourself and a deadline, like you're seeing everybody else writing as well. Okay, so Karen says, her second one is get more of our amazing machines into the industry. Number 3, be in 1 international spa by April 2023. Stunning. Then achieve double digits by December 2023 and Gauteng distributor by February 2023. Awesome. Again, very specific goals. So good, Karen. Very, very nice. Okay, so while the rest of you are writing yours, I am going to share my screen to show you one thing, because I want to show you, oh, hold on, I don't have that thing called up. I want to show you the power of this. Okay. Okay, can everybody see my screen? So around about December, I actually wait a little bit. I wait until the beginning of Jan. So I give the kids a bit of a break, let their brains settle after exams. But we sort of sit and my children do this for themselves. So I just want to show you what I'd like, and I'm going to show you mine as well. The detail of that needs to go into this, and then also have a picture there or a photograph of something that depicts what you're wanting to achieve. Okay. So Daniela, my daughter, wanted to be able to do a gymnastics pullover and earn her next badge. She wanted to learn new guitar songs. She wanted to get 5 advert jobs. She wanted to achieve a distinction for math. She wanted to do well at drama, and then she just had her dogs in there because she wanted to spend more time and just develop her relationship with her doggies. Okay. All right, Miranda's saying, I need to train courses for myself on staff management. So when those are available to start, promotion calendar 3 months in advance, rolling from the 1st of February. Okay, great. Surieta says, mesotherapy training booked for therapists for the 11th of Jan. Nice. Okay, that's good. That's nice and specific. Great. Okay, then I want to show you Angelo's, my son's. He wanted to achieve top 10 in his motorbike league that he races. He wanted to win 5s and PSI and make the Gauteng hockey side. Wanted to focus on basketball, get his full colors for sport, and he wanted to get a distinction for math and business studies. Okay, so the interesting part, and then I'm going to show you mine. So mine is quite specific, actually. Okay, Celeste's are introducing aesthetic treatments by February. Good. Getting my driver's license before April. Oh, that's brilliant, Celeste. I love that. Capitalize on mobile spa services for our guests. Okay, that's interesting. You just need to put a clear deadline or achievement on that, Celeste. It's still quite broad. So it doesn't say what exactly you have to do and by when you have to do. Okay. And then finish my management course by October. Good. Nice goals. Janelle, have you put yours? Is Janelle still online? Let's have a look. Okay, so I'll just quickly show you mine. So I've always wanted to weigh 57 kilos. I still do want to weigh 57 kilos. So that will be staying on my board. And then for this year, a Zakynthos Greece holiday, which happened. Exercising, because it's the bane of my life. It really is something that I don't enjoy doing at all. So that's my biggest procrastination, is pushing myself to exercise. Family comes first is always on my goal board, because it really does. And I just want to keep reminding myself of that daily. Buy some new clothes by March 2022, which did happen. And for those of you who know me well, that is a very big accomplishment in my life, because I don't like shopping. Get our new bedroom suite in by March 2022. And then all the business goals that I had here. So, and I gave myself actual target values, whether it's in US dollars or whether it's in rands, of what I wanted to achieve from those particular businesses. So on the consulting side, Spa Professionals Guild sent me that, and so on. Okay, so can you see how specific the goal board is? And this is what I'd like you all, including myself, to work on. And then we're going to post it and share it for those of you who want to. But I do believe that you make it 1,000,000 times more real when you share something, because whether you like it or not, there is an accountability group, because everybody out there in your group or in your community has seen what you're holding yourself accountable for. Okay, and then we can share that. And then what you need to do with these, which again is powerful, is print 3 or 4 copies. One, carry it with you in your main notebook. So I've got a notebook that I make notes at all my clients. And my very first page of my notebook is my goal board, okay, or my page. Then I put one in my kitchen on our fridge. All of ours go up there, so that everybody who comes into our home can actually see what we're all striving for. Then I put one where I change every day, every morning, and by my bathroom. So that one stares me in the face all the time, as you can imagine. Every time I go to the bathroom, every time I change clothes, every time I come to the kitchen, every time I go to work, and I take out my notebook, which is every single day. So the point of that is that when you are seeing it, even if you see it 100 times, it is subconsciously working in the back of your mind, and you are subconsciously, believe it or not, turning those dreams into realities by doing those goal boards. Okay. So Nungo says her goal is focus, complete her spa management course, find balance with my personal life and professional life, and employ 1 massage therapist. Okay, so Nungo, my only advice for you on that point that you've made is get a little bit more specific. When you say find balance with my personal life and professional life, I'd like you to be more specific to yourself. So whether that means make sure I meditate twice a day, go and visit my granny twice a week. You need to get a lot more specific. When the goals are broad, they give you space to wangle between and say, yes, I did achieve a better balance, but that balance was never clearly identified. Make sense, Nungo? And then Celeste, for you, is just elaborating on that mobile spa services. Just elaborate a little bit more on what that means. What does elaborate mean? And set yourself goals and deadlines for there. Okay, so I'm not seeing anybody else. Does nobody else want to share their goals for next year? Okay, so I'll share mine with all of you. I have quite a few. 57 kilos is still top of my list. Next one is same as Karen, double digits for our brands, except my deadline for that is June 2023. On the consulting side of our business, I would like us to land 2 international contracts, and I'd like that to happen by June 2023. A Croatia holiday for next year. Then get 200 enrollments for Spa Professionals Guilds. And I'd like that to happen by June 2023. And launch our new courses that we've been working on by March 2023. That I definitely know will happen because we've been working on it. But can you see how there's a deadline there? And then this is a bit of a secret one, but I'm going to say it quickly because then maybe not everybody will hear. But I want to launch our medical brand by April 2023. Okay, so those are mine. And of course, I'm going to leave exercise on. I think that I need to be a little bit, oh, did you hear, Anna? Oops. I think that I need to be a bit more specific. So to tell you where my goal board didn't work for me is I wasn't specific enough about the exercise. I didn't say exercise minimum twice a week. So yes, I said I need to exercise, but I didn't give myself a deadline and I wasn't specific enough. So that's what I'm going to change, is I'm going to be very specific on the goals that I set. Okay. All right. We're pretty much done. Anybody else would like to share? Because for me, the more you share, the better. Because I know now you're all going to be holding me accountable to my goals. I know especially my team's going to be. But let's hear. Okay, so Celeste says we do offer mobile services already. I feel if we mention it to all our guests when they call the spa, we will get more bookings, as some guests prefer getting treatments in the comfort of their homes. Shared on the WhatsApp group. Oh, nice, Anna. Thank you. Okay, so I suppose, Celeste, that is, I think, a goal that almost needs to be brainstormed with your team, or, you know, with another pair of ears, to whether that is the direction that you want to take your business. Is that where you can get the type of revenue that you need? Or is that, I don't know, a revenue stream that is nice for the guest, but not full of complications for you as a spa operator? So I think that could need a little bit more brainstorming, a little bit more ideas around that. Okay, well, that's my tips and little advice that I have to give you. Okay, anybody else want to share theirs? So Celeste is done, Nungo is done, Surieta is done, Miranda's done. Okay, awesome. Miranda, you haven't set yourself a deadline by when you want, you're saying you want your promotion calendar 3 months in advance, rolling from the 1st of February. In order for that calendar to roll from the 1st of Feb, you need to set yourself a deadline of when you are going to have it done by. Okay, so Bridget says she's done. Great. Celeste says noted. So maybe Miranda, just get a little bit more specific and say marketing calendar to roll out by the 1st of February, but to be done, documented in writing by the 1st of January. And I would say that's a very reasonable time frame to give yourself, because you can pull a marketing calendar for 3 months together in 3 weeks' time. All right. Okay, everybody. I'm not going to keep you longer than the hour that we had scheduled. I really hope that today helped. There wasn't as much interaction as I would have liked, but I do hope that your reflection was, and you might need to go and do this again. And for those of you who can, please make the time to do this with your team. Sit down and do this exercise. Take an hour and let everybody do 5 reflections of where they've excelled. Always start with the good. Remember praise sandwiches. Okay, we've done a praise sandwich today. We did good. We put the bad in the middle and we ended off on the good because those are our goals for 2023. And do this with your teams. Put it in writing. Put pictures up. Print them. Put them up for everybody to see. Put them all over your homes as well. And you will see the power that this in your face visibility has on your ability to make the magic happen. Okay, everyone. Please let me know your checkout word for today or how you're feeling after the session. Let me know if it's been valuable for you and if you're feeling a lot more prepared and excited for the year to come. And then I'm going to say goodbye after I've heard your feedback for today. Bridget, plan, plan, plan. Anna says, definitely have a plan. Okay, amazing. Good, good, good. Anybody else would like to share? And then we can say our goodbyes. And while everybody else is writing, I just want to say thank you to all of you. I hope you have the most incredible, massive revenue December. And yes, we are going to make magic next year. And I invite you to make that magic with us and alongside us, because we are stronger in numbers and our community is as strong as we stick together and share best practices. So Karen says she's ready to achieve her 2023 goals. Lorato came at the right time. I'm so happy. Surieta, great session. Amazing, everyone. So Celeste, stay focused and I feel inspired. Good. Please, everybody, I'm going to do my goal board with my pictures and share it to the group. And let's all do that. Let's all commit to holding ourselves accountable to each other, because ultimately that's how we are going to make that magic. Okay, everybody, have a beautiful evening or a beautiful day to you, Janelle, on your side of the world, and a beautiful evening to the rest of you. Lots of love, everyone. Ciao, ciao.